On February 29, 2024, Oprah Winfrey announced that she was resigning from the board of directors of Weight Watchers. This came shortly after she disclosed she had used the weight loss drug Ozempic to lose weight. It's hard to understate what a disaster this is for Weight Watchers. Since 2015, Oprah has been the public face of the company, as well as a member of the board and a major shareholder. Since the beginning of the year, Weight Watchers stock has lost almost 3/4 of its value, and it has lost 98% since its all-time highs. Weight Watchers is a subscription-based service that helps people manage their diets with their unique points system. They also offer in-person and virtual workshops to support their customers on their weight loss journeys. New weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy are almost like a weight loss cheat code, providing the ability to lose weight without the discipline normally required for dieting and exercise. In today's video, we'll look at how these new drugs are disrupting the weight loss industry, and whether companies like Weight Watchers have any chance of survival. But first, a quick pause from today's video sponsor, Public. You might know Public.com as the all-in-one investing platform. Now, they've launched options trading, and with it, they're doing something no other brokerage has ever done before. Public is sharing 50% of their options trading revenue directly with you, the customer. So whenever you trade options on Public, you get something back. And of course, there are no commission or per contract fees either. By sharing 50% of their options revenue, you'll know exactly how much they make from your options trades, because Public is literally giving you half of it. In other words, it's a more transparent approach to options with no fees, and you get something back on every single trade. So go to Public.com and activate options trading by March 31st to lock in your lifetime rebate. Paid for by Public Investing. Must activate options account by March 31st for revenue share. Options are not suitable for all investors and carry significant risk. Full disclosures can be found at public.com/options. US members only. And now back to the video. Weight Watchers was founded all the way back in 1963 by the New York housewife Jean Nidetch. Nidetch had long struggled with her weight. She began a weekly support group where fellow overweight women met once a week. They would follow a diet and talk about their weight loss journey with each other. It was a huge success, and she started charging participants a $2 admission fee for each weekly meeting. Members who successfully lost weight and kept it off could become franchisees, starting their own clubs and paying 10% of their revenue to the parent company. With the capital-light franchise model, Weight Watchers expanded rapidly across the country. By 1978, they caught the attention of the packaged food giant Heinz, which offered to acquire them for $71 million. So why would Heinz, a food company best known for ketchup, want to buy Weight Watchers? They used the Weight Watchers brand to launch a line of low-calorie pre-made meals, which were a huge success in the 1980s and 90s. In 1999, Heinz sold Weight Watchers to a private equity firm, but retained the rights to make Weight Watchers branded food. In 2001, Weight Watchers IPO'd as an independent company. The rise of the internet greatly expanded the company's ability to reach customers. They launched a website called WeightWatchers.com. It's a subscription-based service where you fill out a survey about your height, weight, goals, etc. They then give you a personalized diet. Instead of counting calories, they developed a new system called points. You get a budget of how many points you can eat per day. Foods that are high in fat or sugar have very high point values. If you eat these types of foods, you'll run out of points very quickly. Some healthy foods like vegetables have 0 points, so you can eat an unlimited amount of them without violating your diet. It's naturally difficult to overeat healthy foods. Instead of stressing yourself out counting the calories in your salad, it's better to use your mental bandwidth to only keep track of how much unhealthy food you eat. More recently, they started hosting Weight Watchers virtual sessions on Zoom, where you can get guidance from their nutritionist and members can talk about their weight loss journeys. Currently, a basic Weight Watchers subscription costs about $20 per month. This gives you a personalized points-based diet and some other in-app features to help you keep track of your progress. There's a more expensive $45 plan which gives you access to the virtual workshops. Similar to gyms, Weight Watchers' business is highly seasonal. People make New Year's resolutions to get in shape, but after a few months they get lazy and go back to their old habits. The same thing happens with Weight Watchers. They get a massive influx of new subscribers in the beginning of the year. By the fourth quarter, between 10 and 20% of paying subscribers typically leave, either because they've already met their weight loss goals or because they've given up. Because of the high rate of customer churn, Weight Watchers is obliged to spend hundreds of millions of dollars per year on marketing. They run television commercials showing how hard it can be to lose weight. Your hunger is like a little monster following you around and trying to convince you to eat junk food. But with Weight Watchers' innovative points-based system, it's supposedly easier to keep track of what you're eating and take control of your weight loss journey. They also feature testimonials by customers who have lost weight by following their Weight Watchers diet. It's always easy to cherry-pick testimonials from customers who have had a good experience. But what type of results can the average person expect? There have been independent studies done on the effectiveness of Weight Watchers, In 2016, the National Institutes of Health published the results of a randomized experiment. Overweight people on the Weight Watchers program achieved at least 2.6% greater weight loss after 12 months compared to the control group. While this is technically significant from a statistical perspective, most people who go on a diet aim to lose far more than 2.6% of their body weight. Besides the questionable efficacy, another problem for Weight Watchers is the competitive environment. Today, there are dozens, if not hundreds of free resources online to help you come up with a diet and exercise routine. This makes Weight Watchers' $20 per month fee difficult to justify. In the early 2010s, Weight Watchers' revenue declined from $1.8 billion in 2011 to less than $1.2 billion by 2015. By this point, it looked like the company was slowly dying. But they caught a huge break when Oprah Winfrey became a customer, and initially she liked the results. In October of 2015, she spent $40 million of her own money to buy 10% of Weight Watchers shares and agreed to join the board of directors. Importantly, she would become the public face of the company, appearing in many of their television commercials. Oprah was a perfect celebrity endorser, given her popularity and the fact that her show was mostly watched by middle-aged women, exactly the same demographic that Weight Watchers targeted. Oprah had long struggled with her weight, but after the first year following the Weight Watchers diet, she lost more than 40 pounds. This was a huge validation shown to Oprah's tens of millions of viewers. The relationship with Oprah was a lifesaver for the company. In the following 4 years, Weight Watchers' revenue increased 30% to $1.5 billion. Their adjusted operating profit surged 130% to almost $400 million. The company reinvested much of their profits to double down on their strategy of celebrity endorsements. They signed on the likes of The Rock, Jessica Simpson, Jenny McCarthy, and many others. With the strong financial results, Wall Street fell in love with the stock. In 2018, the share price peaked at $100, giving the company a market capitalization in excess of $6 billion. But this success would be short-lived. While Oprah provided a short-term boost, the core problems still remained. According to independent studies, Weight Watchers only helps people lose a couple percent of their body weight on average. This makes it hard to justify the expense when there are so many free resources online. One of the reasons so many overweight and obese people find it difficult to lose weight is due to genetics. For some people, their genetics and hormones make it almost impossible to stay on a diet consistently. In the past, many people viewed genetics as an excuse that obese people use to avoid responsibility of their own lack of discipline. But scientific research has found compelling evidence that the root causes of obesity may be indeed genetic. For example, academic studies have found that the correlation in body mass index is far higher for identical twins than fraternal twins. This is because identical twins have more similar DNA. Environmental factors are clearly not the culprit, because fraternal twins also grow up in the same environment. Separate studies have been conducted on adopted babies. When the baby grows up, their BMI is more highly correlated with their birth parents than their adoptive parents. This again points to genetic factors playing a very big role in obesity. Even if your genetics predispose you to obesity, it's still possible to lose weight. It's just extremely difficult. Weight Watchers commercials give the impression that it just takes some willpower and a carefully crafted diet plan. While this is technically possible, it's unrealistic for many people. That's why the average results of their customers are relatively unimpressive, and their customer churn rate is very high. After 2018, the benefit of the Oprah partnership started to wear off. Despite continuing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing, Weight Watchers' revenue declined year after year. The rise of GLP-1 weight loss drugs such as Ozempic, Wegovy, and Zepbound were the final nail in the coffin. These drugs inhibit appetite and work regardless of your genetics. Clinical studies have shown that obese patients lose on average around 15% of their body weight after 1 year of treatment. This is an order of magnitude greater than the average results of Weight Watchers. A testament to just how much more effective GLP-1 drugs are than Weight Watchers comes from none other than Oprah herself. Oprah has long struggled with her weight. When she joined Weight Watchers in 2015, she was clearly overweight. After her first year on the Weight Watchers program, she indeed lost 40 pounds. But by 2019, it looks like she regained most, if not all of it, back. At some point in the past few years, she began using GLP-1 weight loss drugs. She hasn't disclosed which one she used, but they're all pretty much the same. Today, she is thinner than she's been in more than 30 years. The results of the drug were far better than her results from Weight Watchers. This put Oprah in a difficult position. She was still a spokesperson, board member, and major shareholder of Weight Watchers. But based on her own experience, she now knew that the new drugs are far more effective than Weight Watchers ever could be. The fact that she used weight loss drugs was a de facto admission that Weight Watchers wasn't working for her. She said that people shouldn't be ashamed for taking the easy way out with GLP-1 drugs. This served as an implicit criticism of Weight Watchers. In many of its commercials, the company portrays overweight people as lacking self-control. But for people who are genetically predisposed to obesity, it's often unrealistic to expect a Weight Watchers type program to work. In a desperate attempt to pivot, Weight Watchers acquired a small telehealth company that offers an online program to help people get prescriptions for weight loss drugs. But there are plenty of other ways to get prescriptions, so it's unclear what value Weight Watchers can add. And whatever revenue they generate from this new venture is unlikely to offset the losses from their core business, which is currently imploding. A few months later, in February of 2024, Oprah officially resigned from the board and donated all of her Weight Watchers shares to charity. Her official explanation is that she's appearing in a new ABC special about weight loss drugs. Her continued involvement with Weight Watchers could pose a conflict of interest. But the reality is, with her implicit criticisms of the company, her board membership was clearly unviable. And now to answer the original question we posed at the beginning of the video. Are companies like Weight Watchers still viable? The answer is probably not. The company was already declining since the early 2010s. They got a temporary boost from Oprah, but that has now ended. That doesn't mean that dieting and exercise are dead. For many people, a disciplined diet and exercise routine is enough to maintain a healthy weight. But for the segment of the population that can't effectively diet on their own, gimmicky point systems and weight tracking apps probably aren't going to do the job either. Now that we have a new, superior technology, Weight Watchers seems destined to take its place in the dustbin of history. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video. What do you think about Weight Watchers? Do you think they still have any chance of long-term viability? Let us know in the comments section below. As always, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Wall Street Millennial, signing out.